Questions like this are quite common with new anime fans. What's a good anime about adults? Jeez, where to begin? Any of these could work. It's not that hard to find anime that mostly features adults. You can even find it the most top 100 anime of all time. If you want recommendations, I can give them to you, but that's not the reason why this hoopla is here. I don't really care what the story is about. I'm sorry, what kind of statement is that? You don't care what the story of an anime is about? Then why are you watching anime? It's all story. So many anime are about high school and middle school kids. High schoolers I get. Adults are plenty, but I don't see a lot of anime that feature middle schoolers. The ones that do are usually geared for kids anyway. They draw them in a gross way. They are fictional characters, they're not real, it's not harmful just because you think it's gross. I don't want to watch 14-year-olds' boobs bounce. That's well within your rights, but most of the anime that I watch do not have 14-year-old boobs bouncing, and even if they do, I don't think they are significant parts of the story. Also, the characters are not real. For reference, I really like Spy X Family, My Roommate is a Cat, Cells at Work, Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, and My Hero Academia. Jujutsu Kaisen mostly feature high schoolers. I don't know why you cited that of all things. My Hero Academia is a big reason I'm posting this. My Hero Academia? An anime about teenage superheroes? And you're complaining about the tits? Quite the priorities you got there. My personal complaint is that My Hero Academia is... Actually, it's alright, but that ending could have been better. I guess anime girls shouldn't be a thing anymore, right? Waifu talks in 2025? Yes, how dare people use a common anime lingo? We can watch anime without all that extra weeboo crap. Yes, you totally can, if you close your eyes while watching it. Seriously, what do you mean by extra weeboo crap? Said weeboos found this tweet and calling me slurs, very on brand for the social rejects. Yeah, it's the internet. When you say all sorts of BS, people are going to react like that. I don't condone that, but that's just reality. Because you are a hood weeb! I guess that's the new modern anime lingo. I personally wouldn't call someone a hood weeb, but it's a term that's being tossed around to describe anime fans that utterly misbehave or act like morons online, and they just so happen to be black. Being black has nothing to do with it in my opinion. Being an idiot does. And watching the anime without the weeboo crap is like drinking milk without the calcium. But hey, the concept of waifu is not the only thing that people want to eliminate. People really hate anime fans these days, aren't they? We should eliminate otaku as a concept. Why? It's holding anime as a medium back! Otakus are holding anime as a medium back? Anime has been pretty good lately, even the non-Japanese ones. I don't understand how otakus are holding them back. Care to elaborate on that? Anime is a niche but respected hobby! Wow, I don't know where you get this notion from, but this is definitely not something out of the planet Earth that we're living in. Normal fans are pushed out. Anime is stigmatized. Bro, you seriously think that the wider population of non-anime fans care whether you are a normal anime fan or not? You are automatically weird because you watch anime. Period. I have a feeling that the reason nobody likes you has nothing to do with you watching anime. Yes, it absolutely does. That's how the bullying started. Anime was not seen any differently than Western animation besides being more niche. Yes, it absolutely does. This is just a very poor attempt at gaslighting, bro. I recommend you stop doing that. The fundamental misunderstanding of anime is one of the primary causes of horrible takes like this. I have no idea what this person expects. So aggressively heteronormative, watching it almost feels like conversion therapy. So... it turns people straight? I don't understand why you're bashing this anime for being hetero. That's just the default sexuality that most people have. Sorry to all the gays out there, but most people are straight. If you can't stand seeing a straight couple in real life or in fiction, that's entirely on you. And last time I checked, Yor and Lloyd aren't a real couple yet. They're married on paper, but not for real. Or not without them knowing their real feelings. It's complicated, but it's definitely not gay. And they're still not yet hitting the Mr. and Mrs. Smith phase of the relationship. The original Spy X Family. Oh wait, that was Spy Kids. Seriously, we need more films like that. Before we get to our next definitely not gay hoopla, if you like the content so far, don't forget to click the like button, comment, subscribe, and support this channel through any of these means, including the brand new YouTube membership. Links below. Man, the First Descendant just can't catch a break, can it? Here's a clip of the characters in a hot spring. Isn't that nice? It's not even a game at this point. It's just full-blown porn. Except, it's not. How dare the game indulge in a little fan service, right? By your standard, this is also porn. Okay, that's a game called Love and Deep Space. It's an otome game where players date hot boys, I guess. The scene in question is pretty freaking raunchy. This is an actual gameplay mechanic where you can interact with these men in BDSM gears. Okay, TFD lets you to have the characters dance while wearing sexy outfits, so they're both pretty degenerate, but there's nothing wrong with that. There is something wrong with being a hypocrite about this. One is art and love, another is porn and lust. Yeah, clearly this one right here is just all about art and love, right? Seriously, who are you kidding? One of them completely dehumanizes women and got lolies in it. Yeah, because this one does not dehumanize men, right? Again, I have no beef with Love and Deep Space. I get the appeal. I played otome games before. They're fun, even if they are ridiculously short. I just really don't like people going, your degenerate fantasy is bad. My degenerate fantasy is good. Just enjoy whatever you like. There's some genuine paranoia from people when they think of fiction too much. Dude, Slenderman convinced 2 girls to try to murder their friend. I'm sorry, what? That's not what happened at all. The girls who are involved in the murder are already crazy to begin with. Tons of true crime YouTubers already covered this, and I can tell you for a fact that none of them blame the freaking fictional Slenderman. Fiction does affect reality, whether you want to believe it or not. Not in that way. Fiction is not 100% to blame, and to think otherwise is delusional. Some men will see stuff online and think that it's okay because of these statements. What statement? That it's okay to rape women? What does that have to do with fiction? It's not the fiction's fault that some dumbass takes the wrong conclusion out of it. Fiction does affect reality. Again, not in that way. It's not 100% fiction's fault. You're delusional to think otherwise. People going online saying most women like rape fantasies does affect real women, whether you think it does or not. Sorry, but that's a factual statement. There are plenty of women that do like those kinds of fantasies, but just because they like those kinds of fantasies doesn't mean that they want to be put in that situation in real life. Fiction is not reality. Fantasies are not reality. If you can't distinguish between the two, you are delusional. There's nothing wrong with having fantasies, even if your fantasies are really messed up. Nothing wrong with that, as long as you keep them as just fantasies. I don't think most men know what women truly fantasize about, and this proves it. Sorry, but do you know what women fantasize about? The creator of this comic is a woman, and she based this on the demographic of many books that feature all sorts of messed up things. Remember this video of ladies buying all sorts of messed up fiction?
There's nodding in this one, like with dogs.
Yeah, that whole video just proves this point. Women with this sort of kink only engage in BDSM with someone they truly trust, not with a guy who wants to kill them. Excuse me, do you know what a fantasy is? They are not in any way comparable to people engaging in real BDSM. Obviously, people in real life want to sexually engage with people they trust, and not people that want to kill them. It's called fantasies for a reason. The image being drawn by a woman is not as important as men extrapolating ideas from the image I was referencing. Okay, maybe the men interpreted this whole thing wrong.
In this one, he's giving her back shots while drowning her in shark-infested waters.
Or maybe the men were right all along. Go and have your fantasies all you like, ladies, but you don't have the moral high ground here. And finally, we have to deal with people rejecting 18+ content in general, not just the fantastical ones. I never thought we're having this conversation again. Porn is not freedom of speech. It is. Just because you don't like the content being shown doesn't make it not freedom of speech. Whoops, that's the edited version of the meme. This is the original. The Chad said, we should ban porn. And the mind-controlled porn addict said, but what about freedom, bro? I love how your mindset is that it's better to interfere with people's creative freedom in favor of some misguided sense of morality. I'm starting to see this sentiment being thrown around in social media, and that platforms like Twitter X should stop hosting that sort of stuff. I don't even see them that often in my timeline, which is a huge L on Twitter X's part if you ask me, but thankfully I see a lot more cat videos, and that never fails to bring me some peace and joy in this world. Instead of advocating the banning of 18+ content, how about we advocate the return of classic internet cat videos? Things got way more insane when this person claims that porn leads to this guy committing a heinous act towards his 13-year-old stepdaughter. Porn destroys men? No, it's this guy destroying himself. I just know that she was the instigator. Are you actually blaming the 13-year-old victim? Lady, you are off your meds.
This woman obviously had lost her damn mind. She needs psychotropic medication.
And that's all for the video today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it to the end, here's a cat. And also huge thanks to all these wonderful sponsors. You are all fantastic. If you want to see your name among these legends, then check out the links below. Just $1. And you have support this channel a lot. Seriously, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time.